a view is taken whereby even if minutes are not signed, that doesn't absolve you from a compliance officer of entering the minutes in the minutes book. Because these two are separate things. Signing of minutes and entering the minutes in the minutes book, maybe if they are loose leaf in the binder, as the case might be, these two are separate compliance, and just because chairman has not signed and therefore as a company secretary or a responsible person I have not entered in the records, it will not absolve yourself from your compliance responsibility. Law says, or secretarial standard note says, that even unsigned minutes can be entered in the minutes records. So to that extent, please ensure the compliance accordingly. Duty attributable to the board process, one must note, either every director must confirm or give his comments in writing about accuracy of minutes, else it will be treated as approved by that director. That is what is meant by duty attributable to the board process. I think acceptance of deposit to a great extent also will be dealt with by, some points. In contrast to Companies Act 1956, Section 73 to 76, not any company by default is eligible to accept fixed deposits. Only certain companies. Pehle kya tha? Private companies cannot do from public. Public companies can do it because they are public. That was the settled situation in 1956. Today, even if you're a public company, today, even if you're a listed company, today, even if you're a 1,000 crore company, by virtue of that, automatically you cannot accept unless you comply with the provisions of Section 73 to 76 and acceptance of deposits rules accordingly. So this major deviation you need to take into account while suggesting to your clients or allowing to accept fixed deposits. Yes, there was a strong, vehement resistance because private companies many a times through their associate relatives used to bring in money. Okay, then that bring in money also was termed to be a deposit. How private companies who cannot go to banks to get banking finance can operate. So with all that, some relaxation has come whereby private companies can accept from members up to 25% of the paid up capital of reserves or 100% of reserves. Some relaxations for private company, welcome one. I think it was required because to me, there are many private companies who formally cannot go to the bank knowing their nature of business. Bank also may not entertain looking at their nature of business, and the business is good. There is nothing wrong. They are not carrying out illegal business. So their family members, their friends wants to fund should not be subject to such a strict compliance, and therefore it's a welcome relaxation which has come forward. Section 76 applicable to certain eligible public companies with net worth not less than 100 crore or turnover not less than 500 crore. Only these companies will be eligible for accepting deposits. Now, the term deposit has been defined in Acceptance of Deposits Rule 214. It says any receipt of money by way of a deposit or loan or in any other form. I am okay with deposit, I am okay with loan. I have a great concern about any other form. Probably from where this provision or wordings have come. It has been a practice in many private companies whereby 5-5 साल से बैलेंस शीट में शेयर एप्लीकेशन मनी एडवांस अगेंस्ट कैपिटल carried forward, maybe. Income tax officer, all of them were not sure कि ये पैसा वापस जाने वाला है, ये ब्लैक का व्हाइट किया हुआ पैसा है, क्या है, क्या? It is not. So probably that could be one trigger factor. Another area, if you are associated with a construction business also used to misuse saying by he has booked a flat with me, 1.5 crore का flat, उसके सामने 1 crore का advance, और वो booking against flat is continued for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. In a way, I am using these funds for my business with an understanding कि उसको 2% मैं कैश में दे रहा हूँ. और फिर बाद में जब भी अरेंजमेंट हो जाती है, कैंसलेशन डीड बनाया, पैसा रिटर्न दे दिया. I think considering where income tax officer is also at a loss to identify, go to the roots of such transactions, therefore, in any other form, these words lawmakers have incorporated. So while advising to your clients whether I can accept share application, ensure that you are complying with allotment rules and all that within 60 days allotment and all that. Otherwise it will amount to deposit. And if you are not aware, balance sheet बनाते हुए आपको पता चल गया कि ये 4 महीना हो गया, allotment भी नहीं हुआ, so it has become deposit. Deposit means you not being an eligible company, still you have accepted deposit. Acceptance of deposit, non-compliance, the penalties are phenomenal. Don't play around, don't mess around with these deposits. दूसरा कुछ minor vices लेके आओगे तो एक बार चल जाएगा. Deposit के साथ don't play around. It calls for many other disqualifications. ठीक है? So while advising clients, construction clients, infrastructure clients, family businesses, please be very careful while advising on these issues. Some exclusions from the definitions of deposit which warrant attention. Any amount received by issuing commercial papers or any other instrument as per RBI guidelines. Sir, wherever your instrument is primarily governed by some other regulator, the overall viewpoint is first you comply with that regulator and then come to me. मेरा compliance तो लगेगा ही लगेगा, लेकिन first you do the compliance. So यहाँ पे also अगर commercial paper use कर रहे हो, generally कौन कर सकता है? A blue chip company as a part of working capital finance going to a bank and then bank considering it as a part of working capital finance or as the case might be. So even since it is bank also looked at as an extended working capital finance and therefore it should be taken out from deposit, a welcome understanding on the part of lawmakers, therefore commercial. But yes, your commercial paper issue should be subject to RBI guidelines. If it doesn't fit into RBI guidelines, you have accepted a deposit. Share application money advance against allotment of securities. If security is not allotted within 60 days of receipt, thereafter not refunded within 15 days, then it will be treated as deposit. Be very careful while accepting. Entries binties घुमाते हुए ध्यान रखो कि जर्नल एंट्री की, ये करवा दिया, उसके अकाउंट में अनसिक्योर्ड लोन बता दिया. Be very careful at any point of time if it amounts to deposit, because those deadlines of 60 days or refund within 15 days, if you don't fit into, you are inviting trouble from acceptance of deposits. ICDs, if you accept, they are not deposits, but I have put it in red. आदमी तो एक बार बोल देता है कि हाँ इंटर कॉर्पोरेट डिपॉजिट है ना, एग्जम्प्टेड, सेफली एक्सेप्ट, पैसा भी चाहिए, देने वाला भी है, कर लो. गलती से जो कॉर्पोरेट से आप आईसीडी ले रहे हो उसका और आपका कोई भी केएमपी का डायरेक्टर का रिलेशन निकला, then 185 will get attracted, accustomed to act as interested party. So while advising our client कि ICD करो, it is exempted from deposit, take a declaration, circulate कि मैं ये कंपनी से deposit accept कर रहा हूँ, circulate to all the directors because you don't come to know. उन्होंने MBP1 submit किया रहेगा, तो as a compliance officer first check with MBP1, but after you comply with MBP1 also, because through associate company, relative, ऐसा भी कुछ निकला. So from that perspective, circulate the company is proposing to accept ICD from XYZ body corporate, confirm that you are not a related party. क्योंकि एक बार डिपॉजिट से निकल जाओगे 185 में फंसोगे, 185 में फंसोगे तो disqualification, reporting in director's report, annual report, all that compliance will come into picture. Amounts received from directors, again, is not per se deposit, but by getting amounts from directors, section 188 related party transactions should also be kept into account. That also compliance we need to bother about. Bonds and debentures compulsorily convertible within 5 years are not deposit, compulsorily. There was an issue whereby the company had issued an instrument which termed as optionally convertible debentures. Auditors took a stand that optionally convertible debentures are not compulsorily convertible debentures, therefore it amounts to deposits. Whereby management vehemently says, optionally आपको क्या पता है कि उन लोग नहीं convert करने वाले, मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, मेरा ही आदमी है, वो convert करेगा. Therefore you should not be taking it as deposit. For your kind information, around all leading firms or lawyers are taking a view, if it is compulsorily convertible debentures, specifically said so, and that too time limit has been prescribed of 5 years, not that 10 years, 20 years, as and when, mutual covenants, no. Then only it will be exempted from deposit. Optionally fully convertible debentures, in all possibilities, will become deposits. अमाउंट्स रिसीव्ड फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉयज नॉट एक्सीडिंग एनुअल सैलरी, ठीक है, कौन सा एम्प्लॉय अपने खुद के कंपनी को पैसा देता है? जनरली नहीं देता, ठीक है. एडवांस अगेंस्ट लॉन्ग टर्म प्रोजेक्ट्स फॉर सप्लाई ऑफ कैपिटल गुड्स. नाउ what is capital goods? Why advance is required? Generally, this particular provision should have been limited to by adding few restrictive words to my knowledge by saying especially these capital goods are imported capital goods, and many a times if I have to pay advance and that advance can remain because there could be tailor-made component, customized component, it may take 4 months, 5 months, power project के लिए कुछ component होगा. So considering that advance may remain there for a relatively long time period, but as such the intention was not of deposit, I think such transactions are proposed to be exempted. But here they have simply said capital goods, they have not said imported. Okay? So once you firm up a decision that it is capital goods, and then the moment he is a supplier of capital goods, say for example he is L&T, and I give him an advance of crore of rupees. In all possibilities, still it is an arrangement, but it can enjoy the exemption of not as in deposit. I think that was not intended by the lawmakers. Intention was those imported components wherein genuinely you need to give that advance and which can remain there for 6, 8, 1 year. क्योंकि एक साल के आगे जाओगे तो ऐसे भी आरबीआई अलाउ कोई करती ही नहीं है. आरबीआई विल आस्क यू टू ब्रिंग दैट मनी बैक एंड अगेन टेक इट बैक. सो एनीवे दैट कंप्लायंस, बट बिफोर 1 year दिस अरेंजमेंट कैन ऑलवेज बी मेड एंड इट्स अ जेन्युइन ट्रांजैक्शन. हाउएवर फॉर अ लोकल सप्लायर इट कैन बी मिसयूज्ड. I hope I am not encouraging you to do these transactions, but however this can be misused by many players by showing it as capital goods. Any amount received by a private company before 1st April 2014, though of a nature of deposit as per new provision, will not be termed as a deposit, but on renewal or a fresh acceptance after 1st of April, it will be applicable. There is a circular for this on 30th March 2015. There was quite a lot of confusion कि मैंने तो ऑलरेडी ले लिया, बिजनेस में डाला, अभी मुझे रीपे करना पड़ेगा, उतना लिक्विडिटी नहीं है, तो क्या करूँ? सो देयर वाज लॉट ऑफ कंफ्यूजन अमंग्स प्राइवेट कंपनीज. सो I think this circular should have come by June, July 2014. This circular unfortunately has come in 30th March. That too a very auspicious day. Huh? And you will understand my terminology as a chartered accountant. 30th March. There is a lot of things that should be looked behind. Okay. So yes, such case, if it amounted to deposit because of new provision but accepted earlier, you can continue to do that unless there is a renewal or change in terms and conditions. Share application amount received before 31st March 2014 must be allotted or refunded before 1st of June 2014, 60 days as it, yeah. Earlier one? Yeah. That's what. If you see the definition, any loan, any instrument, in any form, could get a color of deposit provided it is not exempted deposit. So just because you nomenclate it as loan, unsecured loan, just because of that nomenclature, lawmakers or income tax officer will not go by. They will go behind the spirit कि किसके लिए लिया था, किधर से लिया था, कितना टाइम पे लिया था, क्या पर्पस के लिए यूज किया है. ये सब देख के then they will say कि whether it is deposit or not a deposit. So don't go by a nomenclature of unsecured loan. It can be still looked upon because the definition of deposit is very wide. You can continue. If it was accepted before 1st of April as unsecured loan, but with today's definition under new 2013 it becomes deposit, you can continue that till its renewal, modification or repayment. Now, probably your question is, I have accepted unsecured loan from Anant Amdekar with no stipulated terms, conditions, maturity, life, 15 साल, 15 साल, 20 साल, 20 साल, perpetual. I think that was what is anticipated. To me, my limited opinion on this is, up to 1 year, any authority will accept your contention. Beyond 1 year, with every passing day and a month, authorities would be very skeptical to accept your contention कि unsecured loan because it was before 31st of March, but it is of a perpetual nature. They will not go by that. That is my individual opinion, the way authorities will look at it. Amount received against immovable property, not a deposit. Again, construction property advance. What if the construction company received advance booking against flat, such amount remains in the balance sheet for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, then will it be looked upon as a deposit? Again, the enforcement authorities will go behind, okay, what is the nature, for what purpose it is being used. आपने वो फ्लैट 5 साल तक बनाया नहीं था, बाकी सब फ्लैट तो आपने बेच दिए ना, तो यही फ्लैट कैसे बाकी रहा? All this will be looked into while looking at whether it amounts to dim deposit or not. Credit rating once in a year, filing of return by 30th of June every year in DP3 is a procedure formality prescribed by a circular dated 31st March 2015. I will again not go through formalities. I will go through a difficult part. It says if there is a advertisement, acceptance of deposit, it should be uploaded on the website. Now, what is official website? There is no definition under Companies Act that official website means. Because if they were to define, that means every incorporated company, whether it likes or not, must have a website. Probably appreciating that they have not defined what is official website. Now, problem is, many of the places, be it notice of annual general meeting, be it publishing of accounts, lawmakers have said it has to be uploaded on official website, but they have also said, if any. Now the issue is, what is official website is the debate which we have faced in real life. There is a company in India which is a 100% subsidiary of a Singapore-based company. And in turn, it is a part of Fortune 500 company. As a matter of global practice, that Fortune 500 company has got one website. And all companies all over the world will have to follow that. It cannot be, आपका Barcelona में उधर का website, ये China में उधर का website. As a IT, centralized IT policy, it says there will be only one website. Okay? Now, whether my parent company's website in India as a subsidiary company, can I term it as my official website? Question number 1. Question number 2. If it is official website, am I allowed to upload all this so-called compliance? As a global IT policy, what can be uploaded and what cannot be uploaded? There is a IT policy. There is a centralized administrator. It doesn't fit into that. कि ये advertisement ना, every advertisement का document as a global policy cannot be uploaded on our official website. We don't want people to know all this. Now, here I termed this as my official website. Therefore, law says it has to be put up on official website. My parent company doesn't allow, and my parent company says for every country, I cannot go on changing my IT laws, IT compliance. Otherwise, it will become impossible. ठीक है, उसके बाद क्या हुआ? Thereafter, a lot of negotiations and debate, they said ki fine, at the most we can create India on our official website, India segment. On that India segment, you upload with a rider that this is a part of statutory compliance and not for any other purposes, so that IT can mask that to other viewers from other countries. Other viewers from other countries should not be viewing this. On India content, it can be uploaded. ठीक है, उधर का भी ठीक था. Next difficulty. The moment you have an official website, it says there has to be an administrator and a person should have an access to this. If he wants, he can access to that website and it has to be interactive mode. Now, parent company says, I don't want a stakeholder from India to get access to this particular information of my company in China. Let me tell you what sounded to be a very simple official website. यहाँ पे क्या होता है, अरे क्यों इतना सब मगजमारी करते हो, लाखों रुपए आप डिबेट में दिए, एक काम करो ना, डोमेन ले लो. आजकल डोमेन कितने में मिलता है? 1500 रुपए में डोमेन मिलता है. एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर सर्विस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर दो, 5000 रुपया साल का सर्विस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएगा ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट. विथ मेनी कंपनीज compliance is not that simple, especially if it is a multinational company. So this official website, I think, needs some clarity from lawmakers as to how to comply with that. Unfortunately, up till now, there is no clarity from MCA as to how do you term it as an official website. What is the purpose when it becomes a public domain, when it doesn't become a public domain? Now, Rule 5 of the acceptance of deposit rule says there has to be a deposit insurance amount. Now, why I have put it in red? Amount specified in deposit insurance contract shall be deemed to be the amount of coverage. Now, imagine करो, इनके कंपनी के पास मेरा 1,00,000 रुपए का डिपॉजिट है, वैसे इन्होंने और 1,000 आदमी से डिपॉजिट लिया है. Probably they will take a block policy, lump sum policy for such deposit insurance cover. And they will give a data, कि these are 1,000 people and Anant Amdekar is 1 lakh, Manish is 2 lakhs, he might. The question is, that means the whole purpose of lawmakers, why there has to be a deposit insurance is my money should be safeguarded. Now, what insurance policy he takes, I have no role. Can I ask him a question कि मेरा specific दिखाओ वो policy, मेरा नाम उसमें included है ना? लॉ सेज उसने जो पॉलिसी लिया रहेगा वो पॉलिसी में जो अमाउंट लिखा रहेगा टू दैट एक्सटेंट यू विल बी कवर्ड. नाउ आई वुड ट्राई टू कंपेयर दिस विथ से आई हैव स्टॉक. सो नेचुरली बैंक जब भी फाइनेंस देती है तभी बैंक बोलती है कि इट शुड बी प्रॉपरली एडिक्वेटली इंश्योर्ड. तो कंपनी को पता रहता है कि ओपनिंग स्टॉक है, परचेसेस है, डिस्पैचेस है, सब है, तो मूवमेंट होती है. तो एट एनी गिवन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम मेरे पास कितना ये होगा, स्टॉक होगा, समझो 10 करोड़ का. सो आई टेक अ फ्लोटर पॉलिसी because I cannot be taking a specific policy. So like that, if he has accepted fixed deposits, what is the possibility of default? Default is of 50%. So if you happen to take a deposit insurance only for 50% of the amount, and in an event there is a default, only to that extent of 50% if I am covered, where do I stand? What wisdom do I have to ask him कि मेरा पूरा amount cover किया है या नहीं किया है? I think this is a gray area. Probably there has to be some confirmation in the receipt which the company issues. Okay, we hereby confirm that this amount to the fullest extent along with interest, in fact वो भी एक important part है, whether only capital amount of deposit is to be insured or outstanding interest should also be covered. Logically, my interest is outstanding interest also should also be covered. So to my knowledge, the viewpoint is वो जो रिसीट देते हैं ना एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ डिपॉजिट की, उसमें ही डायरेक्टर शुड कंफर्म कि योर फुल अमाउंट अलॉन्ग विद पेंडिंग इंटरेस्ट इफ एनी एज ऑन द डेट ऑफ मैच्योरिटी एंड रिमेनिंग आउटस्टैंडिंग इज कवर्ड. वी अंडरटेक दैट इट इज कवर्ड और कंफर्म दैट इट इज कवर्ड अंडर द डिपॉजिट इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी. समथिंग ऑफ दैट सॉर्ट इज रिक्वायर्ड. लोन टू डायरेक्टर, ठीक है. I think we are on 44. We were having about 65, so 2/3 has been done with. But fine. Last 10 slides where private company के लिए 2015 में क्या-क्या changes आया. That was been just mentioned as a matter of material to be circulated. Probably, given the choice, there could have been another 5, 7, or 8 slides which could require some kind of throwing light. But as I've committed to you. Great. Last part you have covered. So to that extent, thank you very much, professional friends, for inviting me over here. Thank you very much, EIRC and Young Members Empowerment Committee for giving me an opportunity. I would be keen to be in touch with you all, and therefore I have provided in my presentation even my contact details. Thank you very much.